What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the NBA Draft Round 2 live stream with your guy, Chris LeBron, host of the Off the Ball podcast, Get It Bucket podcast, tribute to Knicks Fan TV, CEO of the Off the Ball Network. So last night was crazy. Lot of interesting things happening, a lot of guys dropping, Filipowski going to the second round. Like there's some interesting names that could be taken, in the beginning of the second round, but we're going to it's weird getting ready for a draft at 4 p.m. It's very weird. But Zachary Ricochet was the number one pick yesterday. Alex Sarr went to that didn't really shock me so much. But like guys like Filipowski dropping. I had Tyler Kolek as a first round pick. So some interesting names that were not selected, but I'm sure they're not going to slide really far today. They should be going quick. Johnny Furphy, Tyler Smith too is another one. I'm pretty shocked that he did not hear his name called. But the Toronto Raptors are on the clock with the 31st pick. Who did they take in their first pick? Pull up the draft. Who did they take in the first round yesterday? The Raptors. They took Jacoby Walter. Okay. Jacoby Walter was their selection. We look at Toronto here, 31-45. It's all about getting the deal done before round 2 starts. And the pick is in. It was 2 minutes, and it's such a scramble. We're trying to make a trade. And you know what's going on? Yeah, there's 2 people in the room, and all of a sudden picks up. It would be hard. I don't think Filipowski falls this far, right? I think this has to be like the obvious pick, right? It's gotta. I can see a Dembona too. Well, picking up again this opportunity. I'm just looking at the Eastern Conference, and if you think about your oh yeah, they got more time on the clock. All right, pick is in. Mark Tatum. Jonathan Mobo. Jonathan Mobo from the University of San Francisco. Okay. He's risen, man. Big time riser. Talked about him in the space today for a little bit, man. Jonathan Mopo. Good pick. Good pick. Like I said, he's a big-time riser. Has all the measurables. I forgot he went to Independence. I know if guys you remember Independence College in Kansas and what was that show called on Netflix? He was on not that he was on there, but that's the school that was on that show. But yeah. He just keeps getting better and better, man. Each level of basketball, he's gotten better. So, and like I said, has the measurables and solid pick here. They needed a big, so it doesn't surprise me that they went here. It's funny. They showed the guys in the green room, man. They all look sick. They all look sick. They all look so sad. I feel bad for some of them. It's a completely different environment. Now you're in like a little, you're getting ready for like a regular job interview instead of like this big party atmosphere, where a bunch of people, and now it's just like a little room just waiting to hear your name called and just get it over with. But use this as motivation, man. You can use this as motivation. Hey, man, they did me dirty. Hey, Utah Collier, man. I mean, Collier, what, 29th? That's, man, hey, that could be a steal, man. That could be a steal. If you're watching on X, I'm also live on the Off the Ball Network YouTube page. Check it out. It's underneath. And Kyle Filipowski's a Utah Jazz. So the slide doesn't last too long. I thought he would go to the Raptors, but he goes to the Utah Jazz. The slide is over. And Utah got they got a nice foundation. They got a nice foundation, man. If they can get one of those youngsters to pop, they might have some. They might have some. And they got a big trade piece and marketing. So if they want to continue to reload, the Utah Jazz select Kyle Filipowski from Duke University. Kyle Filipowski out of Duke. Bucks. His parents played college basketball. David, Slippery Rock, Pennsylvania. His mom played at Long Beach State. Let's learn a little bit more about the slide is apparently. So from what I think Bleacher ESPN reports is that he struggled a lot in pre-draft workouts and interviews. Trying to get some more information on that. Let's see. Workouts weren't great. People tell me by Jonathan Givoni. There were question marks about the interviews. He was nervous. He didn't make shots at the pro day because he was nervous. It's one thing if you're going to base him off his workouts, which is still, I've heard guys had great workouts and then they're still not great players. I just feel like you just watch the film. The film tells you the first round pick. I don't know. I feel like it's kind of weak reason. But if that's the reason, yeah, that's kind of because he was nervous. Come on now. This is a nervous time. You're trying to be, getting ready for the draft, trying to live your dream. I don't know. I feel like that's kind of. I don't know. I don't feel like that's a legit reason. I really don't. I feel like it's kind of weak, but. What? He's a pick, and another great addition for the Utah Jazz. So. I'm still old school. I still like writing stuff down. I like writing. Get my book ready and just write down all the prospects. Still, I don't like using, Google Sheets or whatever, Microsoft. Nah, old school. Suns, right? Oh, this is just Suns. No, I'm talking about the first round. Talking to myself. Let me know who you feel like is the biggest surprise that it's available in the second round. Let me know in the comment section. There's definitely some names. So we got the Bucks up here. I could definitely. They can go in an array of ways here. A Dembona is definitely an option here. They could use some youth in the front court because Brook Lopez is getting up there. He definitely didn't look like Brook Lopez of old this year. Yeah, Andre Jackson they took last year. They March Beauchamp from the G League, right the year before that, right? Yep, slow team needs a burst of youth. I mean, a Dembona would he could block shots. He just gotta work on just discipline as a shot blocker because he tends to foul a lot. So, but that's something you can work on. Giannis is a solid shot blocker. Brook Lopez is a good shot blocker. So he's got a couple guys he could learn from there. So I think that would be a good spot for Dembona to go. But it all depends where their board is. I mean, Johnny Furphy, a lot of people, even if they didn't like Johnny Furphy, still had a first round grade on him. So do they take a shot on with Johnny Furphy? Do they want to try to get another guard in there, Tyler Kolek? Tyler Smith is off the board. Ignite forward. All right, that's officially it is. Yeah. All right. So Tyler Smith goes. He could shoot, man. Good shooter. A nice in between game. Athletic. The defense is something you got to worry about. But at this point, and that's probably why he dropped. Now I didn't think he dropped this far. I think it's kind of wild. And that they're officially going to say. From Houston, Texas, and the NBA G League's TV night. Tyler Smith returned from just 16 years old, opting to skip his final 2 seasons of high school and playing for over 10. Right, yeah. I forgot that he did that. He played at OTE. School and playing for over 10 weeks of football. He reminds me, a little bit of like Troy Murphy. Remember Troy Murphy? I mean, Chris. Similar to Chris Bosh. I mean, if he were able to max out his talent, yeah, I mean, there's definitely some CB in there at his full max. But like I said, I see some Troy Murphy in there. Troy Murphy used to play for Golden State, the lefty. Not Julius Randle esque, because I don't think he's as aggressive as Julius Randle was, especially like coming out of Kentucky. But there's some shades there. There's definitely some shades there. Ideal pick at 38. There's a lot of good options that I like for the Knicks. I mean, we're at 34 right now with Portland. Do they take a guard? I don't think they take a guard. So, I mean, I would really like to get Tyler Kolek, man. Kolek at 38 would be, to me, a absolute steal. And especially, I mean, I saw the reports earlier that I think Deuce might be in that Nets trade. So if that were the case and we do lose Deuce, Kolek would be good. But I could also see them going after Jamal Shed, because Jamal Shed is kind of like that style with Deuce, just a little bit better offensively. Maybe not as good as a defender as Deuce was, but I could see them going that way. McCullough would be interesting. Also, if he's there, he's kind of like that Tips type of player. So that's a guy who could do it all. And shot the ball solid, but the injuries the injuries are a big reason why he probably is not a first round pick, because he's dealt with a lot of injuries. But AJ Mitchell's interesting. Adem Bona too, man. If he doesn't go, that's an interesting, because obviously we're probably gonna lose either Mitch or Hardenstein. So Adem Bona, fits that, a better backup option than Jericho Sims. So yeah, I mean, those are a couple options I like for the Knicks. I think they can come away with a good player. Especially one of those guards. There's a KJ Simpson too is a guy I like a lot too. This is where I like for the Knicks. When they got 38, I was like, okay, that's definitely a spot where they could potentially get one of these point guards. And listen, I thought some of these guys like Jamal Shed, maybe a back end first round guy. Kolek, I thought was going to be a top 20 guy. I wrote the piece on Kolek on Knicks Fan TV, and I was at that point, and he went. I jinxed it. Kolek is gone. Kolek is a Blazer. I didn't think they were going to take a guard. I didn't think they were going to take Kolek. Kolek is gone. Yeah, I know. This really is a funky roster. I didn't think so. I mean, he's a solid. That's a good backup point guard to have, but I thought they would go somewhere else. Maybe try to go after like a Wayne. Yeah. They got a weird tee for sure. I think they're just throwing darts at the board and just hoping something hits. I think they're at that point. It's kind of like what Detroit's doing. And on the live stream, I said that like they're the Detroit Pistons of the West. I think they're just throwing and just seeing what hits. Oh, they traded. Okay, so who did they trade? Did they say what the trade was? Because this happened a lot yesterday, where you a team took a position that didn't really need, and then it was like it didn't make sense, and then boom, trade. To the Knicks, we got Kolek. We got him. That's official, Jalen.
As you mentioned, this pick is being selected by Portland, but it's headed to the New York.
Let's go. Let's go. We got Tyler Kolek, baby. I love it. I love it. Like bring bang. Let's go. Love it. So Tyler Kolek is a New York Knick. I love it. They to get their guy. They got all these picks, and they utilized them to get their guy. Like, we did it. Love it. Absolutely love it. Love it. I'm very happy. There, I wasn't crazy about the pick yesterday with Dadier, but I am very happy with Tyler Kolek. I am very happy. Johnny Furphy to the Spurs. Man, Tyler Kolek, I'm loving. I love. You guys are gonna love Tyler Kolek, man. Led the country in assists. Can shoot the ball. That's absolutely ecstatic. I wrote about him in Knicks Fan TV in the Knicks Fan TV article. I talked about him relentlessly on mocks, and that this would be a target, and this is it. Love it. I love it. Very happy. Yeah. Yeah, with TJ McConnell. Yeah, we need someone pesky. We needed a pesky guard like that. I feel like we haven't had someone like that, and we got it. I'm happy, man. That was a target. I mean, I would have thought about taking him with one of our first round picks we had yesterday. I would have been cool with that. But to get him in the second round, whoa, that's awesome. That's awesome value. Awesome value. You can't get better value than that. Was there any intel on the trade? If anyone knows, if there's any intel on the trade, what the trade exactly was, did they give up 38? Was it a swap for 38? See if I got anything. This is a team in Indiana too. We didn't see Ben who was an outstanding young player. We really do. Tyler Kolek, baby. The Tibbs guy. Everyone say, Bleacher Report just said Kolek is a Tibbs guy. What did I write in my article? He's a Tibbs guy. He's a Tibbs guy. Tibbs gonna love him. And they took a guy that fits the mold of our ball club. Juan Nunez. Pacers. They took another like TJ McConnell type. It's gonna be pesky. You want to see Nunez versus Kolek. Oh, come Dadier. Yeah, he played with Dadier. You're gonna get some good value. This is where a lot of good guards are gonna be going right now. Some solid guards. Knicks traded a future second round for the third. Okay. Future second round pick. Okay. So we still have 38. Okay. I like it. We can still get another player. Oh man, the second round might go better, for their board, than the first round. I'm liking this. We can get some solid, cheap players, on our bench, especially with, where we're getting up there as far as, being a high, a second apron team. So we can get some cheap options come off the bench that are good players that actually can contribute. Like Kolek's going to contribute. Like he's going to play. He's going to play this year. We're going to see him on the court. Like you don't see that with a lot of second round picks that are being able to play and contribute. So I like it. This is where you're going to get some interesting players, and I'm all for it. I like it. I think I'm more excited about this than the first round. All right, but yeah, our futures. I mean, we got a bunch of future seconds, so you got to get rid of someone. Yeah, you're right, Don Juan. Shout out to Don Juan, Knicks fan Wilder. Yeah, we got to solidify that back in the bench. Yeah, man. All right. We got Minnesota on the clock, and then the Knicks up again at 38. The Wolves took in the first round. They took Dillingham, right? They took. Yeah, he's top of the second round. Dude's better than Jacob Toppin, from what I can say. Yeah, it's better than we got right now on our bench. That's for sure. That's for sure. Do you think this can mean the Knicks can move on from McBride with this pick is up as they're still looking at? I mean, right? That's what I was hearing earlier. I was at work, so I didn't get to look into it, but I saw it. Something like that he could be included in that trade. I mean, it would suck to lose Deuce, man, because it feels like he just keeps getting better and better. Especially we saw what he did in the playoffs. Like he really helped, but maybe that's why they got Kolek, because they knew maybe Deuce could be on the move. I mean, it would suck, but there's some guys you could potentially try to replace him with, but that definitely would suck. But yeah, like that would suck. But we just traded for, we just made a monster trade. So guys are getting expensive. We gotta pay Jalen soon. If we somehow, some way gotta bring back Isaiah, there's gotta be casualties. There's gotta be some casualties, and unfortunately it could be Deuce, but you could You could find guys like Deuce, though. That's the thing. That's the thing. And I would actually hate to lose him because I love them out of Virginia, out of West Virginia. I've loved them since college, so it would suck to lose them. Oh, proposed trade Detroit. The Pistons have taken the pick from the Wolves. Watch the Pistons. Let's see. I'm hearing some trades. Where's Woj? Woj. Next language. Pick is going to Detroit. Bobby Clinton. He was at not West Virginia. He was at Wake Forest, right? And he went to the NBL. He's interesting. He's got a lot of raw potential. Crazy potential this kid has. If he can figure it out. Yeah, you're right. That's something we hear a lot about, like raw prospects, like I mentioned yesterday. Like NBA teams fall in love with guys who are 6'8", 6'9", 6'10", 7+ wingspan, and they just absolutely fall in love. It doesn't matter what you see on tape. They're like, oh no, that guy's gonna like. Those guys are always going to get overdrafted because every team's going to, or every team feels like they can fix everything else, So he's super raw. Yeah, transition fan. He got to do something. If you can't, if everything else isn't click, you gotta be good at transition. You better be. The Knicks are trading 38 to OKC. Okay, so the Knicks aren't going to pick at 38. This is going to the Oklahoma City Thunder. Yeah. Yeah, Jay. Yeah. It's going to OKC. They haven't said. I got Woj's feed up on Twitter, and all I'm seeing is the Knicks are trading the pick. There's no other information there. They sure do love trading with each other, OKC and New York. I wonder if they're trading spot. Where's OKC's pick? They have a second. OKC, they don't have it. So I think the Knicks might be done. They might call it tonight. I don't think OKC is. No, they don't have another pick in this. So yeah, maybe it was a future pick. Traded for cash. Yeah, it makes sense, right? That makes sense. And they took AJ Mitchell with that pick. Okay.
With the 38th pick in the 2024 NBA draft, the New York Knicks select A.J. Mitchell from Liège, Belgium, and the University of California, Santa Barbara.
He's the first player drafted at UC Santa Barbara since Orlando Johnson in 2012.
A.J. Mitchell, 6'4.5", point guard with excellent field operating at a pick and roll. They grew up coverage in years. Played with excellent pace. I thought injury and part to the game of the winter weekend. With defenders in jail, use both sides as a floor.
This guy's AJ Mitchell's is a tips guy kind of player too. He can lock up, pass, do a little bit of everything.
City still to come on the 2024 NBA draft.
Who's in the green one? If you're supposed to draft position of diet. Yeah, it's true though. No, you're right. Because that's where my board was. That my board is more true to that if it was swapped. Like if we had swapped it, because I think the Audi I think in the 40s. So I wouldn't have been that bad. If they, it would have been a little bit of a reach, but I'd have been fine with that. You take the upside at that point. But if they could Kolik at 20, 25 and Dottie at 30, what they pick 34, I've been cool with that. But swap, we'll see what happens. We've had success with second round picks and late first rounders, so we'll see. But yeah, I think the Kolik pick definitely makes everything. Probably some fans feel better about what happened yesterday. Yeah, it's the same, right? It's the same, right? We made up for, the OB not kind of living up to that top 10 pick with, Emmanuel Quickly, even though neither of them are here, on the team anymore. But we got, they made that draft a little bit better that we took Quickly late. We found good value with Emmanuel Quickly, became a really good player. So I think that's it. I mean, the Knicks as of right now are donezo. With the draft. They've been wheeling and dealing. So I wouldn't be surprised if they if there's somebody that they feel like they can get late with some value, maybe especially if it's like maybe one of these stretch bigs that they can maybe scoop up, but we'll see. But as of now, that's it. The Knicks are done with the draft. Obviously, yesterday they took Paco Didiate, and in the second round they took Tyler Kolik. Hey, if anybody wants to join the stream, let me know. I will send you the link. Hop on, talk the draft, talk about whatever team you want to talk about. Just let me know. Hit me up DM and wait. The Knicks are on the clock at 40. Did they just trade back up? I just got their alert on Bleacher. Knicks are on the clock, so they traded back up. See, I guess the Knicks aren't done. So Memphis is up. I know I'm a little behind on the stream, but I am seeing that the Knicks are on the clock. or about to pick after. Who just won? Who just won? Jalen Wells went to Memphis. Okay, that's a good. I like Jalen Wells. He can shoot. Okay, so the Knicks are on the clock. That's a solid pick. He's at the Washington State. So the Knicks are back on the clock. Okay. Right? Or am I bugging? Because I'm seeing Bleacher Report said Knicks on the clock.
Three players and percentage. Now he's taking it down to the Memphis Grizzlies and sharing this one with Tatum.
I believe that this is one of the stories in the NBA draft. He started his career at Division II, Sonoma State, and 2 years there, the Princeton Western District. They're trying to start the year. The big guys and the shot making opportunity. Real sticks for the first year with that, and he had a process to show them.
Let's figure out.
They forced people to come to the like PBA's team, it doesn't really fit means you can make.
Thanks, Malika. Jalen, what a D2 star to draft it in the second. How do you describe the to this moment? And you showed an impressive.
All right, but Bleacher Report has us on the clock, so the Knicks are. I guess they traded back into the second round with Portland.
Congratulations. We'll leave it back to you.
Thank you so much. So being as well, me next year in the Memphis Grizzlies team that have a little bit of a year off, and I was seeing them really back into
And you saw that was not an ideal season for the Grizzlies. They want to be contending for championships. They aren't going to do that again with Jeff Durant back. Last year, Gigi Jackson from South Carolina was a revelation for them. Second round pick through many.
Yeah, Memphis they're racking up some good picks, some good players. Gigi Jackson's that was an absolute. I had Gigi Jackson top 5, right? Top 5, top 10 last year, and they got him in the second round. And Jalen Wells too. I had him top, in my top 35, I think. And to take him here, so they got some good wings. They needed wings. And they're getting some. And then they took Zach Edey yesterday. So.
because this is such a unique situation. They were the number 2 seed in the Western Conference. Really, most of those guys
We took up this team. We got one man. He's playing. We didn't put that so far. And he went through that. And he went through two.
I mean, I'm not seeing anything on ESPN with the Knicks. Or maybe it was a trade. But I don't see anything. Bleacher Report said, or maybe they jumped the gun because it still says Portland. Let's go right to let's see. Knicks on the clock. Even number 44. I think they.
what her day has been since you got back to the next
I mean, Bleacher Report has the Knicks on the clock. I don't. Maybe I'm just because I'm delayed. I don't see the Knicks on ESPN.com or on ESPN channel, but Wasserman's talking about is the Knicks. All right. I guess the Knicks are on the clock officially. Best player, I mean, Kevin McCullough would be very interesting here. A Dembona, if we wanted to get a big in case Isaiah or Mitchell Robinson's gone. Kashad Johnson, man, I like Kashad. He's an undersized guy. He's an undersized big, but man, he's explosive. He really is. Good defender. Shot the ball well this year at Arizona. Kind of like a Josh Hart potential, just more bouncy. And he could defend. So, I mean, he's going to be able to get minutes. So, I mean, that's an option. Kevin McCullough. I mean, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't. Also, a Iguodala too. Like, you know, he can take. You know, if Precious is gone, also he does the same thing that. Okay, so is this our pick? No, Portland. Okay, is this our pick? Also, Iguodala. I don't want to get excited yet because I don't know if this is. Knicks now have 51 and 56 in the draft. Okay, so this. So wait.
I was right on half of it. As I said, Marquette and UConn would have potentially 4 of the first 14. A little higher on maybe someone taking a flyer on Spencer and Newton. But I was pretty convinced Kolek and Iguodala would go pretty soon in the second round. So, you know, these two players, great chemistry between the two at Marquette. Rashad Smart, great career there. And by the way, you know, we see on screen, you know, or you're watching it as well at the same time. I still can't get over how they have the hats.
Wait, the Suns traded up to 40. Wait, the what? All right, I'm not watching Bleacher Report. Bleacher Report's confusing me because now it's just the Suns have that pick at 40, so we don't have also a Iguodala. Yeah, that was confusing. That was confusing, but nonetheless. The Knicks are trading. Oh, so So the Knicks they traded for the 40th pick and then traded it to the Suns. And now the Knicks. So the Suns are sending the 51st pick and the 56. So we have 51 and 56 now. So the Suns take also a digger. They took also here. Okay. All right. That makes sense. Okay. That makes sense now.
This is tons of peanuts and carrots to get the job done. So you can think of it as a tool, as a hammer and demolish for peanuts.
I would have liked it if that was the Knicks pick because Kolek and him did work, but all right. So the Knicks have 51, 56. Okay. Yeah, I got confused with the Bleacher Report that it came up, but so Philadelphia's on the clock. So the Knicks. So the Knicks at 51 and 56. Not bad, not bad. The Sixers, a Dembona is going to get a pick.
I think we all can need to go for a big call in that situation. But there's a difference between hoping that happens and making sure that happens. I think they have to make sure that happens. Meaning, what I was thinking between now and Sergio, we're being told don't do it. We're thinking about it, you don't do it. And the question is, a lot of people watching might say, well, do whatever you want. It's a little more complicated than that. You want to lose, pick one. And you don't want to get in a situation where the other players that you have to not want to be there. And so, and this, a lot of other players, a lot of factors in the
Dembona's the pick.
Just hearing this, he was projected to go somewhere around 54, 55, Celtics like that kind of thing. Maybe a touch earlier. Why is it on the day of the draft? You are giving the kids this question. Why on the day of the draft we hear the message is going to clear out a lot? They wanted to know who was going to take them, what their plan was. Listen, this happens more than just when it's actually it's a draft. You can take what you want.
You can also, as an agent, especially a powerful one, you can sometimes dictate terms.
Well, the 76ers 41st pick, and then let's go back to deputy commissioner.
With the 41st pick in the 2024 NBA draft, the Philadelphia Sixers select Adem Bona from Ebonyi, Nigeria, and UCLA.
Adem Bona, the Pac-12 defensive player of the year, he moved from Nigeria to Turkey when he was 13 years old. He grew up playing soccer, and he started playing basketball the same year he moved from Nigeria to Turkey when he was 13 years old. He grew up playing soccer, and he started playing basketball the same year he moved at 13. He's the youngest of 5 siblings. He's going to share this with some of his family members, including double-breasted, as he gets his moment with Deputy Commissioner Mark Tatum. Jonathan, what impresses you most about the Denver?
Well, I'm shocked that them total I've been waiting for 41st pick.
Yeah, that's great. All right.
No great harder than the draft than a damn bonus. Come the ground all over the floor. Terrific offensive rebounder. Shot blocker. Hits in passing lane.
Okay. Ronnie James could play in Australia per Bob Meyer. Missed that. I guess I had it on mute. Bob Meyer states that Rich Paul is warning teams against drafting Bronny James, threatening that James will play in Australia next season if selected.
Just started playing basketball at the age of 13. What does it feel like to be drafted in the NBA today? It means to me,
into countries.
Born in Nigeria, I understand that you modeled your being after the something growing up. How do you feel his influence will impact what we see at home next year?
I think you really see that because it has the potential to really work. Being patient of this just gives me the opportunity to exert myself.
Congratulations. Back to you, Martha.
I really hope they get rid of this 2-day stuff, man. I don't like the feel. The presentation to me it feels like a funeral. Like she's talking to them like sad. Like it's a completely different energy than from day one, from night one of the draft. Like I don't like it. I don't like this at all. It gives off a second rate feel. I don't like it at all. I don't like it.
They hope they can keep him healthy. Show he can be an all-star. There are some young pieces in place. Miles Bridges is going to be interesting. He's a free agent.
Charlotte Hornets.
At a certain price, he's got some opportunities up there in free agency. It's a very different team without Miles Bridges.
Well, the pick is in, so let's send it back to Deputy Commissioner Mark Tatum to see who's joining the Miller.
With the 42nd pick in the 2024 NBA draft, the Charlotte Hornets select KJ Simpson from the University of Colorado.
KJ Simpson from the University of Colorado puts his teammate Cody Williams with 10th to
KJ Simpson.
18th to 11. He was an all-team selection. Around
Good pick. I like KJ Simpson a lot.
Look at KJ Simpson was the best player in the top 12. Undersized and just 6 foot 1 in shoes, but an actual together. Makes pull-ups from inside the arc and outside of it. Floaters around the roof. The pass off a line dribble. Take the different speeds. KJ Simpson has a lot of stuff to his game. He's got a little rough. I think he's got a fucking kid for his throwing things.
Now he's with our Cassidy.
Thanks, Malika. KJ, you are one of the most improved players in college basketball this season. Well, first, I see the emotion. What do you feel?
I just want to do supposed to be able and to be here in this moment. I'm not everybody got material, everybody got supported us to me. Nobody expected to be this. All my friends, the things once I open I can't wait to do it. Be on my side. I'm just thankful.
Seeing your tears and seeing your parents' tears, I know your dad had a huge influence on your basketball game. How that's the translate to the NBA?
I mean, I showed it. The NBA is time to change. It's going to be all one flavor. We're not going to do it. We're going to do it.
Go enjoy this. Congratulations, Malika.
Cassidy, thank you so very much. That's really what this is all about.
Miami's on the clock.
The script's a little different. Sometimes on a different day this year, but that's
I mean, like in my life before my last life, I was an agent, and you got to see it up close and personal look at what. I mean, in my life before my last life, I was an agent, and you got to see an up close and personal look at what a family experiences when their sons were and the sacrifice. And nowadays, with AAU and the trial, families losing to the children and the work for the children, and so many times it try this situation, it doesn't work. It's a journey, and I think the tears you see aren't just about this one time. It's everything they went through to get here as a family, and they appreciate that.
The basketball operation staying the good looking for sustained level of success, not just flop like that. You have to happen. You got
Yeah. Nikola Jurisic is the pick for the Miami Heat. Another Nikola on the Miami Heat.
keep running with the main guy another ball. He's got to be in the lineup. They need to catch and shoot. Look at the guys about to control from that way. Got Brandon Miller who can ball. Mark Williams is there, so great coach and give me that. We will see what they're going to do. Step right there.
Yeah, those moments, that's what it's all about. And the Heat, they are on the 12th.
The 43rd pick in the 2024 NBA draft, the Miami Heat select
Nikola
Serbia, and Serbia.
Juricic. I'm sorry to be out.
This pick, Nikola Juricic is actually on the way to Atlanta.
Oh, Atlanta's taking that.
He moved to Serbia when he was young. He represents Serbia on the senior national team. We have said something about him. He says that he loves a good joke in his spare time. His father played pro soccer. His mother played professional.
Only got Nikola Juricic, 6'8", small forward who can play on or off the ball, has size, athletic ability, and big-time scoring talent, especially with the ball in his hands. It's a leading role in the Adriatic League all season long. Exploded in the last 15 games of the season. Came to the NBA Combine, had a great show there too. Nikola Juricic and all others are imagining a hot stash this kid. It's an interesting guy to keep monitoring in Europe down the road.
So again, Atlanta, Miami, as our major reported flip 43 and 44. So Juricic is headed to Atlanta, and he is with our captain.
Nikola,
Just himself, even himself, great for them. And also,
now you're known as a playmaker with Claire. Is that how that?
I got a bit of level. It's weird.
Shut the top. Congratulations, Malika.
Yeah, anybody from Silver, congratulations, Nicola. Donovan Clooney is going to be joining us after the break. Already with the show is here.
Rockets. Like I said, if anybody wants to hop on the stream, let me know. Shoot me a DM. I sent the link over to you. Just the two of us. Two of us.
At the cheap make this the summer event. You can take a vacation.
Yeah, that's it.
SUV, Jeep cars.
Don't mind me if I So some good plays, some good shooters too, man. Still available.
I would not be the person that I am today had it not been for the partnership with you and Jesse.
We perfected the song. Made leaves. And took back to a whole new level. It always tastes great. So look for your favorite chips and taste marks.
Your women was waiting. Because after crushing yesterday's meeting, you deserve a little answer. 24 trusted brand profit in the cheap stuff. Your women was waiting. It's a low price. Hotels.com.
And the pick is in for the Rockets.
I know. How is this stuff so good? Yeah, anyway, seriously.
Who did they select?
Last night, Jonathan Clement, the back-to-back champion out of UConn, was drafted 7th overall to the Portland Trailblazers, sharing a role there with his former coach, Dan Hurley, and now he is headed to the Pacific Northwest. Before that, he is joining us here second day of 2024 NBA draft. Well, Donovan, thank you so much for spending a little bit of time with us. I'd like to start here. You had told our Adrian Wojnarowski that you would know if the moment you were drafted that your mother, who unfortunately is no longer with us, would be proud of you. What did you feel in that moment, knowing that?
I knew she was proud of that. And I worked very hard for him in the first moment my whole life. And so just to have that moment with my family, I know she's looking down on me, she's happy for me, she's proud of me. You know, she wants me to keep working, she's going to want me to keep getting better. And that's what we'll do.
We had a couple of minutes of that.
Pele Larson.
Both
traded Miami.
18 hours of day. Can you just walk us through it?
A lot of money here.
So Pele Larson
I was able to talk to foot clubs and
goes to.
their office.
He's going to the Heat, the Rocket Tide, but they traded that pick to Miami. Pele Larson is a Miami Heat.
How do you feel about being there, and what do you think you bring to the table specifically for that roster?
Yeah, I'm really excited. I put that young roster, but it was on a heavy climb, so winning a lot of games and competing at a high level. And someone that just wants to win. I'm really excited to go there and have level the Boston game. Second active fan doing that league, being able to switch. On offense, just facing split, down 3 balls, being able to terminate, get the backdoor cutters, find the field, and find the shooters, and really just try to be the best team possible. And I think
Wait, did you guys hear about the Filipowski stuff? So, Kyle Filipowski's family members are on social media stating that he is groomed by his Mormon girlfriend and is no longer in contact with his family. Filipowski is 20 years old. His girlfriend's 26. Graduated from the University of Alabama at 18. They started dating when he was in high school. Filipowski was nervous in NBA draft interviews on the subject, and this could be the reason why he fell in the second round. And then he goes to the Utah Jazz of all teams. That's wild. That's like that Netflix documentary that's going on. That's crazy. That's great.
See, and that is the type of player that that's the type of player you want to win. Jonathan Clement, thank you so much. Congratulations again. Good luck in Portland. We'll be seeing you after us.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
In the meantime, it's been flying around here, telling we 44th to the Houston Rockets, the Sacramento Kings. They are now on the clock, and Sacramento is in a really interesting position. I'll have time to leave it because you have a lot of experience seeing your roster. You can start to play against the Sacramento. What is there?
Well,
Awesome fan base. They're on the right track.
But the chime letting us know that everything is ready. Well, this 45th pick is
Jamal Shead.
goes to Toronto now with a part of the trade this afternoon between the Kings and the Raptors, but it will be the Kings that are making this selection official, so you can finish.
Nitrates to me quickly now.
The question. You have the problems.
No, everyone's getting today. I just want to tell you, I care about I don't want him to be depressed and miserable and crying at night because he loves me. I would love that. It would take a lot. I would like to set around there.
Has been selected, so let's take a look at just the last 3 hits here that have been made with the Yursich, Ellen Lawson, and then Jamal Shead here. 45th again, this pick is on its way to Toronto here.
So 3 straight trades. Nikola Juricic is going to Atlanta. Pele Larson is going to Miami, and Jamal Shead is going to Toronto.
He's an absolute picking guys up full court and just telling you what the length of the floor, his toughness off the show. And he didn't even compare him to guys like Jose Alvarado. He had the chance to lose a big role here for the Toronto Raptors. I love his toughness and good for the game. I'm a big fan of Jamal Shead. Well, I want 2 problems: shooting and point guard. One thing is that Jamal Shead now, that attention has to try to lock up Daniel quickly for long-term contract leadership.
Bobby Jonathan, thank you so very much. And now we're welcome to the Clippers are on the board at number 46. The Clippers are in a really interesting spot right now. There's a decision that needs to be made between Paul George and Los Angeles. Where does that go?
Yeah, Paul George had until Saturday to make a decision on his $48 million option. He could decline to become a free agent. He could opt into the last year, and he could play for the Clippers. I think the least likely scenario to be out today. He could do like move for them on a trade. So you have plenty of teams in cap space that he could sign right into. Another than Philadelphia, Orlando, potentially San Antonio. But the Clippers don't want to give him a 4th year in his contract. That's the
All right. Clippers are on the clock.
With the 46th pick in the 2024 NBA draft, the LA Clippers select Cameron Christie from the University of Minnesota.
And the University of Minnesota. Christie going to the Clippers with his brother, Max Christie. And actually going down here in Los Angeles as he picks up his cap and has his handshake with Deputy Commissioner Mark Tatum.
Just a really good shooter. Like the catching off the dribble. Those being high IQ, super competitive, always looking for a shot. Just super aggressive. My brother also plays basketball. His name is Max Christie Jr. and he's currently in the Los Angeles. I learned a lot just to stay confident in New York State and through the process. There's a lot of uncertainty that comes with it, but at the same time,
Woody sneaker.
So really, I mean, he has great free and D outside here. Take a look though. Cam Christie, who's on the Max Christie, who was drafted 35th in the 2022 NBA draft. Jonathan. Okay, they're being similar just because they're brothers, but not necessarily.
I think Cam Christie is a better prospect coming out of school than Max Christie. Look, I had a great 14 spot higher on the big forward, and the Clippers actually took it. He's 6'6". He might be the best front shooter in the draft. He's only 18 years old. He has about 10.
I'm surprised he didn't go earlier because he's a good shooter. Brother can shoot. surprised he wasn't taken higher. But I know he's young and he still has a lot of maturing to do, but
Thanks, Malika. Jonathan Pavoni has said we could steal. How do you describe the
I'm just going to bring a competitive mentality every day on the show. I have a lot of work to do. But I have a lot of very good activity behind it.
Maybe some of that motivation is playing your brother, who is also going to be in LA. But what does it mean for joining your brother on the NBA level?
It means a lot. It's super cool to be NBA brother. It's really dope. So I thank him a lot for everything he's done. I'm super excited to go against some really good things.
Congratulations on the season. Thank you.
I love it. I love this impending brother rivalry that we could be seeing in Los Angeles in the 2024 NBA draft after this.
once again, you want to hop on the pod with me right now, send me a DM. I'll send you the link. My Knicks guys, you want to come on when the Knicks are about to pick? Or anyone else wants to talk draft, hop on the pod. Pick is in. Orlando is picked, but this is apparently it's going to New Orleans. Getting a little closer to that Knicks pick. Antonio Reeves. That was definitely a guy I'm thinking about for the Knicks. And
It's just KFC, man. It's just fun and all day. Like, you could not play this just yeah, that is a really, really, really big deal.
In the world's worst places, children report emotions like happiness and shame. They're shown. Your parents live in pain. You can reach out and change the life of someone child right now. A surgery that takes as little as 45 minutes, and your active and change the child's life forever. Scan the code or go online today.
appreciate it. We got over 200 people on here. Appreciate it. I know this is a weird time to have like a draft, especially in the middle of like a work day. Some people don't get home out of work, typical 9 to 5.
Shooting with drafted in 45% of its threes this year. He's the first team all NCAA colors. He's scored with the top of the performance, not just the shooter. He carries Kentucky for long stretches of the season. I like this pick for more.
He's on his way to New Orleans, as we mentioned. The Orlando Magic.
I wonder where Justin Edwards go, man. Justin Edwards was like a projected like top 5 pick potentially. Now that's definitely not the case, and I hope he doesn't get undrafted. Too talented.
And you can't really depend on this. He misses 60% of the playoff games, 26% of the regular season games. I don't trust him to be healthy enough. And if you're Paul George, where you gonna go? You got bounced out in the first round. You look for your money, they don't want to get you a fourth year. That basically shows that the elite team has dissipated some of They still respect you. You're still a damn good player, but they are question marks. You got an opportunity to get in Philadelphia to play with Joel Embiid or Tyrese Maxey, something along those lines. That's an opportunity you should explore. Because guess what? Paul George can afford to opt out. And no, he's a big player to be a good now. He's gonna get praised. So, man, you know, I was thinking crazy, always scared me because we never played the ball. We couldn't control it. The team was a couple of that's okay. Once a time, he wasn't. I think I knew he was still around. That was this magnitude, the quality of the power, they can have some crazy. Oftentimes, they can get paid. I mean, you just did it. Like this magnitude, the quality of the power, they can have some crazy. Oftentimes, they can get paid. I mean, isn't that bad? He got the control. I don't know more than the Clippers, teams in those markets, they bank on their ability to be able to go out and get another star player if they have cap space. And I think you're seeing the Clippers try to hold the line and not ultimately pay a player who would be 37 years old. Have to pay him in the mid-50s. The Clippers are not going to see. They've got the defense on the star after 40 years of age. Okay, you need a new group, and I like that. You got to get some young things up in the new guy. But the other side is two cornerstones of your franchise.
Harrison Ingram.
And the other is not for free agency. He's been injured enough in his career. You need to start moving in a different direction as an organization. If you're a player, you should be thinking about it too.
Okay, so the Clippers did make that trade for 46 and then for the 7 pick on its way to New Orleans from Orlando to Reeves and obviously in terms of Spurs, they are we talked a little bit about this with a couple of picks throughout this draft. You can see their room right here, the draft headquarters are being deliberate who they will take with that 48th overall pick. And now that pick is in, so let's get back to Deputy Commissioner Taylor.
2024 NBA draft, the San Antonio Spurs select Harrison Ingram from the University of North Carolina.
Harrison Ingram, he says the way that he plays basketball is very methodical.
Good check. Transfer to UNC, made the right move because if he had stayed at Stanford, I don't know. But did his thing at UNC this year. Good rebounder. Solid defender.
So we mentioned his 3-point shooting. What else is Harrison Ingram working for?
He brings versatility at 6'6" with a 7-foot wingspan. Who have been outstanding here for the game. He played out of his post this year for them. He also plays support for them. He's an excellent passer. He brings to intensity. Obviously, very intelligent kid. He's already clear. Stanford. Harrison Ingram is the type of he's a very person pick. Y'all have to bring him here.
I'm very sorry to pick. And he is now, if I can feel it.
You don't really get such a chance. So you took a deep breath, close your eyes, but what do you feel about this one?
Yeah. It's not like it to be here in New York. It's not there. I did my family, my workmates, the right working, I got injured throughout the process, but I was trusting work and it's going to be good.
The basketball world is to get to know you a little bit better. I understand avid chess player, and how has, your love for chess impacted your basketball?
I love chess when I was 7 years old. My dad had been playing a lot overseas. I bet it's going to be game now. That's what's going to be the
The Nuggets are trading Reggie Jackson.
Congratulations.
Hornets are sending Denver 3 unprotected seconds for Reggie Jackson.
Yeah, Denver was trading the Reggie Jackson to the Charlotte Hornets. Denver's going to send around 3 future unprotected second-round picks. That gives Denver certainly some salary back relief for the luxury packs. They have a big number. They have a lot of players they have to pay. And Reggie Jackson, very good veteran guard in this league, builds with Charles Lee now in this first season. And he'll do it.
Charles Lee, Jeff Peterson, very busy right now. The Indiana Pacers are now on the clock.
The Pacers are on the clock. Back-to-back picks. And then the Lakers and the Knicks, and then the Lakers are not too far behind them. And obviously, the big storyline there is Bronny James. Will the Lakers take him? Probably. They're probably going to take him.
Design a training program.
It starts with an engine. The most advanced vehicle.
serious. There's nothing chill about this. Unless you have nothing to do with it. Choose to.
Mm-hmm.
Citrus flavor. Do the do. All that's the most unusual works. The things are terrible. It's a job relevant. When you get your tools from the see if you want the job feels different. You know what? You do. Do it for us. That's not like when was this guy stay hard for this hard? I don't know. Was it? Hard days deserve a hard winning.
The Pacers got back-to-back. Who have they selected so far? It took Juan Nunez, right, with their last pick in the first round. Did they have a first round pick? Maybe not.
On Tuesday, NBA participated in the youth basketball partnership with the Junior NBA, GW National Basketball Players Association, and New Era, New York City, Carmelo Anthony's sports organization, learned about injury prevention, worked on and demos with the draftees of Players Association. Going back to the 2024 NBA draft, Kristen Newton was just selected by the Indiana Pacers.
Kristen Newton.
Leadership, experience, make big shots.
He's just solid, man. Tristan Newton's just a solid guard. Like, doesn't do anything flashy, but he's just solid.
Championship last 2 seasons, of course, with UConn, but we thank you so very much. So before we went to break, we have just reported a deal between the Denver Nuggets and Charlotte Hornets.
Yeah, because this is salary cap relief, luxury tax relief for the Denver Nuggets, and so they have to incentivize this deal. They sent 3 second-round picks to Charlotte with Reggie Jackson.
Thank you so very much for that. Now things are starting to come with the thing. We're inching closer to that 50-50 club where we expect at this point Bronny James to go. Is that correct?
The biggest shot, maybe in the draft. If he gets traded. I mean, this has been the Lakers' plan all along. When they were recruiting Dan Hurley from UConn, a big part of that conversation was around his player development program with Bronny James and talking to LeBron James.
So Bronny's really going to be a Laker.
Anything that's changed in the Lakers' plans. You see Bob talking about what Rich Paul has been doing tonight. It cleared the way for Bronny James at number 55 to play with his father with the Los Angeles. A little bit too close to increase involved. This is the character is what Rose brought up earlier. We're talking about the Los Angeles Lakers as a franchise. Showing a winner place faith in somebody, a young prospect, because you want to pay homage to a superstar who blessed your franchise with a championship, with box office, a field market, abilities. So LeBron James has built an organization for willingness to sit up there and do that to show that you take care of the owners of the people. You know,
Enrique Freeman.
People talking about nepotism. The NBA is full of nepotism. The ownership level, front offices, absolute change. I don't want to hear all of a sudden because of Bronny James' father plays for the Lakers. It is rampant in the celebrity.
At the same time, let's not discredit Bronny's game.
Yeah.
You know, but let's not like, but the people that are sophisticated, we can talk. You know,
I feel like with times people are, I feel like people are too afraid to give an honest like opinion of Bronny. And listen, he does have some game. He's not a bum, regardless of what you feel about stats and all that. There's some talent there, but he's not a top 50. He's not a top 60 prospect. He's more in that 70-ish, 75, 80 range, but
Enrique Freeman.
another big rise, Enrique Freeman.
Planning on playing Division I basketball. He was always tackling at the regular field. He attended Western Trial, and he touched up John Brooks to get the permanent spot. And so he worked his way up to becoming the max player of the year. He started to coach the invitations, then he cheated at combine, and then the NBA draft combine. He's making shots and touching it and touching it all around.
Right, he went from Portsmouth
This is one of the best stories of the draft.
to the G League camp to the combine, and now he's drafted. Good for him. Knicks are on the clock. We got 51 and 55, right?
The innovation is here. There comes 16 years. The innovation industry is here. There comes 16 years. She's a platform. It's the biggest breakthrough in technology ever. Think big.
Take control of your health by boosting your self-esteem, the immune system. With the Aura Ring, you can listen to your body's signals and raise your defenses. Aura tells you when your temperature is higher than normal. How to improve your sleep. Your heart rate fatigue, signs of stress. So your good side to push yourself to knowing live smarter, stronger, healthier with the Aura Ring.
Kevin McCullough has to be the pick here, man. McCullough. Who else? McCullough. I mean, Kashad Johnson. I would like here. McCullough, Kashad Johnson. McCullough, Kashad Johnson.
Is it me? Is what? Please. The people who are married in business.
Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. Legs are ready. It's Wimbledon on ESPN.
McCullough. I would like Melvin Aginsa, another Frenchman. He's been on the draft radar for a while. Melvin Aginsa. So Melvin Aginsa's there. I'm thinking of somebody else. No, the other guy who's been in the draft scene. That's I mean, they're taking some upside, guys, you know. Brother played. Also, this pick is going to the Dallas Mavericks, so this is not even our pick. All right, is that what I just heard correctly? Okay, so he's not, because I was about to say they're not taking two French dudes.
This pick is on its way to Oklahoma City, but since it is the Warriors' boss, we will have to help making these decisions for years and years and years, leading to 4 championships. They have some decisions to make this offseason. Top of the list is Phil Thompson.
But I'm going to talk about two who don't have to pick. It is the Warriors that does that pick. I personally would sit him down and say, we've got a lot of history to go through. Let's find a way to keep going and end the career. It's so special to get through and say, hey, now, what I'm asking is, can we be happy here? And can we work something out? It works for us.
It was Ariel Porky I'm talking about. Yeah, that guy's been on the draft scene for a minute.
story in the NBA. Thought that they would play so he's in his story, and he values who he plays for, he values what he's accomplished. I don't need to watch him. And so I would try to say to him, right, let's figure this out. We're going to come up with it. Watch it. With the 52nd pick in the 2024 NBA draft, the Golden State Warriors select Quentin Coates from Amsterdam, Netherlands, and Boston College.
Headed to Oklahoma.
Amsterdam, Netherlands, and skilled 7'1", 7'6" man who has a great season in the ACC for can stretch the floor, terrific feel for the game, can really have improved his defensive versatility this season. Kind of reminds a little bit of Michael Scott. This is a very interesting pick for over from the City Thunder. This kid has a chance to make an NBA roster down the road.
Thank you so much, Jonathan. Again, I keep saying, because we put the graphics up, say Warriors, but really it is the City more in the 2024 NBA draft after this.
Every time I hear the phone, I have to switch carriers. I told them that Verizon, everyone can get the 15 now they got a huge storage and battery upgrade. Traditionally, don't switch it. New existing customers get iPhone 15 months when they trade in any iPhone. Verizon. You want this stuff in your house? And then one there will be $0 delivery fee. With that actually $0. Yes, you can look $0 delivery fees. Chargers. Gas from really it's both. The Lexus RX plug-in.
So who's now? We got Detroit, but that is a proposed trade to the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Okay, most of you are not rock stars.
Let's take a bathroom break.
You needed something special. See?
Mission is based on the world and far beyond. Prepare enough tires designed for exploring new frontier. Michelin, motion for life.
Welcome back to the 2024 NBA draft, where Cam,
Cam Spencer.
Malika King went to play at a enormous and UConn.
From afterthought to going to UConn, being a major contributor to being a draft pick. I guarantee if you would have saw him at Rutgers and said, "Yeah, this guy's gonna be a draft pick," you would never believe that. So he picks away from the Lakers. I'm surprised what color.
What's the difference between what you did yesterday and today?
Introduce the Ruby Pro. Pizza.
Things move on. Business can make it work. Lots of exercise. AI that can help resolve problems. I understand your customer requests with 90% accuracy. Let's create customer service and service to customers. Lots of exercise. IBM, let's create.
You come up.
Let's create customer service and service to customers. Lots of exercise. IBM, let's create.
You come up. It's wild. They take the car business with quick quality service for 40 years.
Are you saying car?
That's right, Cliff. Anything with a car, you get the review. Check, fill, schedule, clean your vehicle. You know your car for your car. Some people think it's just an oil change for cars. We do. We come.
You mean here?
Yeah. Chicken noodle. Come.
You found the right model.
For sure.
Now, how can you be sure you're getting the right deal?
I have to actually met Jean. Hey girl. This one's like your last boyfriend. It's got issues.
Well, let's ask the experts. For the right used car, just say, show me the car. I'll give you the most accurate based on the exact reason. But for me, I can stop. Shut up, you are back to
We put that in the song. Made means. That's a fact. So, oh, yeah. Well, someone made it. It always tastes great. So look for your favorite chips and taste more. Welcome back to the 2024 NBA draft for the Boston Celtics. Just made a selection at 54, drafting Anton Watson out of Gonzaga, and now the Los Angeles Lakers are on the market number 55. This has been one of the most highly anticipated second round picks ever.
happening right now in the Los Angeles Lakers.
Look, the expectation is that right now, Rockland, the general manager, is calling Bronny James and telling him of the Lakers' intentions to select him at number 55 and give him and LeBron James an opportunity to play again.
This is the first time we have ever seen a father-son duo play in the NBA. And we're waiting officially for the selection at number 55 for Los Angeles Lakers. But I can't overstate how monumental
It is monumental. I'm not saying there's two. A lot of words will be made about the power that LeBron James needs. How about this? He deserves to have. I think, you know, he's been a treasure to this league. You understand? He's a four-time champion, a four-time MVP. He's going to 10 NBA finals.
The Lakers drafted Bronny James.
I mean, he's a role-model extraordinaire. I mean, he's the greatest ambassador, one of the greatest ambassadors for the game we've ever seen. And my goodness, he wants to play with this. Keep that out. Any father watching, very good as a father. What can he make it feel to play at the highest level of the sport with yourself? I can't even imagine. I can't even. I mean, it's and also, we talked about, you know, not only you going to play with your son, it seems like an awesome parent. And you did it on every level. And then, but I think what I also would say, now the hard work starts. Now let's get the best one. And you're not going to be like to a contract. Very good at sticking in. People will be on the roster for the Lakers. Having they play down in the G League, which I think is fine.
Well, looking right back at the Lakers draft history, you've been in these conversations, not this exact one, but what does this look like?
This is not normal. I mean, this is nothing. It looks clearer like they're like is maybe that ball to Bronny James. They're not the pick for the league. Yeah.
Well, that would say that's something in the background. And look, we're going to get there. Clearly, a decision has been reached. Handshakes all around for Rockland, their new head coach, JJ Redick. The decision on the most highly anticipated number 55 pick that we have ever seen in the history of the NBA draft. I know we started this year, but I never.
Bronny is the pick. Bronny is going to the Los Angeles Lakers.
We talked about.
He's gonna have to put the work in, but it's gonna be an interesting dynamic though with him and because that's his dad, but now that's also his peer, that's his teammate. So that's interesting. I mean, it is cool. Listen, regardless of how you feel about Bronny James as a player, it is what it is, whatever. But this is it. Awesome. This is actually really cool. We've never seen this. There's never been a father-son combo that played in the NBA, and we're witnessing it, and it's going to be cool. I'm sure for the James family, they're ecstatic right now. And listen, however you feel about LeBron James or whatever, it's whatever. But he wanted to put his son in the best position to flourish, and I think he's done pretty well in his career. So,
The Los Angeles Lakers select Bronny James from the University of Southern California.
The anticipation has been building for weeks to where we hear Bronny's name called. This is a young man who had an unprecedented spotlight on him in his freshman year at USC, where he played 25 games. He missed the first 8.
gotta remember too, like he had the cardiac arrest stuff, so that kind of hindered. USC was kind of a mess. So I mean, those are factors, things you factor into, like when you do your evaluation. There is skill. I'm not saying he's not skilled. There's stuff there. I had him lower, but I knew he was going to get drafted, so it doesn't really matter where I had him.
You're going to see so many different things. You're scared to death of what had happened to him and what was going to come of it. And to see him here just a year later, being drafted by the Los Angeles Lakers, help intact what happened. Can't be happening. And when people want to judge his freshman season at USC and this Lakers help intact what happened, can't be happening. And when people want to judge his freshman season at USC and the lack of production that you might normally see, you have to take into consideration what those previous 5 months were, not just the physical comeback. Yeah, this is like a spring in Seattle, but the mental comeback. And that process for a young person to come back from a situation like that and to be playing basketball again and then start to try to play it at a high level. There's so much more to that. And can you imagine as a parent getting that initial phone call with the LeBron and the guy, their son, and then you fast forward to where they are right now, celebrating, getting the play together. Just think about that range of emotions. It is for life. Forget about the NBA. So I think the thing that people look on for that they will say, well, they just drafted because last name was he's not a small player. He's got 6-7 wings. He's 6'1". He's playing 50 bucks. I still think he can be a very good NBA player. I don't think we should. He's a hoping that was right. He's still very young.
Yeah, we took McCullough. Yes, we took Kevin McCullough. Let's go.
Can it get any better than this? Get somebody on the squad, just get a superstar in this game. You get the opportunity to go out there and do your thing and set the stage for him to come to be able to get done. It's a good family. A lot of teams where G League came about a month. But the Lakers is right there, essentially in the same facility. So that's even when he's with the G League team, they're still together.
Dan has been the interviews that we have heard from him. He has said that he wants to forge his a little bit more, but actually the player for the Washington Lakers are going to be like the Jets.
Malika, I've been watching Ronnie James since he was 14 years old. He's made considerable progress year after year after year with his perimeter shooting. So with his feel for the game, he still has one good hot record that thing. There's a reason why he was a 5-star coming out of high school. He, in fact, people might have been at the NBA draft combine in athletic testing, in shooting drill, and in 5-on-5 play. Ronnie James is a legitimate NBA prospect, and I think he has a chance to do a better performance for the Clippers. Yeah, Jonathan, the one thing, too, that there's been a lot of me that Rich Paul not wanting to sign a 2-way contract with Ronnie James, and that's normal to this process. There are few pushing the 50 that signed a 4-year contract for the minimum exception and the second and big exception. So this is nothing new. This is what happens with agents, and certainly it's been highlighted just because of Ronnie James here. Yeah, I think again, everything now, everything hasn't been magnified because of the power of LeBron James. And now it's not going to stop. It's okay, but it's he's had to stop that. It's especially that stuff. But now, this, you know what? They play basketball. Just make it big simple. Just go play basketball. I say this semi-jokingly. I think that the Los Angeles Lakers have a franchise with wealthy attention. I think that LeBron will wealthy attention. I think that Ronnie will wealthy attention. The person we need to be working with is J.J. Redick. He's not the one should be in the world when it comes to dealing with the media and the city question over and over again. I think we need to watch that. Other than that,
Ronnie James, the first time we may have a chance to see him in Los Angeles Lakers uniform, as you mentioned, Bob, would be at Summer League, which is just a couple of weeks away at this point. The 2024 Summer League schedule will be there. I've heard that for our NBA Summer League to keep up to date, we're also going to have a show leading into that. So all of the fanfare, the activities are already being So we're going to have a show leading into that. So all of the fanfare, the activities are already being
I am sure they would have
Well, the Lakers versus Houston, we are already seeing that on the schedule for the NBA Summer League this summer. We're going to be right back with the final three picks of the 2024 NBA Draft. More on the union of LeBron and Bronny in Los Angeles after this.
when the Sunday goes, and the engine finally works. If they need care about those, it's a job. But they will get your tools from Harbor Freight. Something about the down the field a little different. Your wallets. Because we believe no matter what you're working, you need high quality tools at a great price. And that's why we're here. Whatever you do it for us. Harbor Freight. This is KFC, man. This is food that you love. You could not find anything that's cheap as tables. Yeah, that is a really good. So let me see. Is it a group chat?
That's weird. I didn't see it. You started a family chat without me.
Shame! It's not real. It's your new phone. Every photos, every case.
You have to group up your phone.
This is what that.
See what? I still can't believe you cut me out. Yeah,
2 more picks. This is going to Houston. Oh no, this is not going to Toronto. Oh shit, Walker. Here.
What's up?
You wait till the draft's over?
I mean, I had 7 basketball games today, so
Nah, you just
I hadn't even really. I mean, I was just catching up. Like, I mean, I just now found out that the Spurs took Harrison Ingram at 47 or
it's okay.
48 or whatever. So
How did you
he's a
how
really.
did you
I think
like
he's
their
probably. How did we fare? We went 7-0.
7-0? We go. Nice.
We had 4. We had 4 junior high games, some middle school games, and then 1 JV game, or 1 JV game and 2 varsity games, and went 7-0.
Not bad.
Yeah, so I think Harrison Ingram's fit with the Spurs should be pretty good. About as good as you can hope for a second rounder. He could be like Kyle Anderson a little bit.
How'd you like their first round picks? How'd you?
I mean, I'm good with Castle. I thought the Dillingham thing was weird. I'm gonna give him till the end of the offseason to see kind of like what happens. But if there's not a corresponding move where you're using the assets to gain something else, then it just feels like they're basically telling you that they're not going to be very good again next year, and that they're really not gonna make just a huge push this offseason like everybody thinks they are. And then I thought the Juan Gonzalez pick was weird, or whatever his name is. I can't remember his name. Juan
Nunez?
Nunez, yeah.
I'm like
yeah.
Juan Gonzalez.
No,
I was thinking of Juan Gonzalez
Nunez.
on the Rangers.
That's probably where I got it from. Nunez. I just had a blank. Yeah, that feels like a draft and stash that
Most
we'll
likely,
see.
yeah.
I thought they missed an opportunity there to take Jurisic when you had a clear need on the wing, where you could have taken a guy who can really shoot it on the wing. But I will say the league must have been pretty low on Jurisic because, like, I know that
Very
a lot
low.
of draft people love him, but like, there is something to be said when like nobody's taking a guy and he falls all the way into the mid 40s. Like, it's not like,
Mhm.
oh, my team passed on him and then somebody else immediately pounced on him, you know? Like, there is
Yeah.
something to be said when the guy falls all the way into the 40s. Like I saw someone on Twitter saying, like, they thought the Hawks might have gotten a better prospect at 43 than they got at 1. And I was like, hold on a second. I was like, hold on a second.
Yo.
Let's relax a little bit, maybe. Like,
That's all right. That's a little stretch, but I can see where they're thinking is.
I think sometimes everybody falls in love with tough shot makers though in the draft because everybody falls in love with tough shot makers and they think it's going to translate. When in reality, once you translate to the league, it's more likely that you're not going to be able to get your shot off.
Yeah,
That's
you're definitely
usually
not, and you're not going to have those opportunities that much too, because a lot of these
yeah,
guys have the ball in their hand a lot.
yeah, and so I thought that was probably what happened to Jurisic. I bet people have concerns about his ability to create space. Yeah, like I saw a Spurs fan saying that he was going to completely crash out if Jurisic was there at 48 and they didn't take him. And I was like, all right, man, whoa, now, easy. Like, Jurisic is good. And I like Jurisic fine, but I'm not about to crash out about it. Where did Adem Bona end up?
Bona went to where did he go? Where did he go? Bona. He went to the Sixers.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
He'll probably play like a Charles Bassey role for them, like when Bassey was there. Like he'll go
Mhm.
there and he'll be like the third big basically, and just play really hard and fill a role. Like
Block shots.
yeah, pretty much. Like that'll be it. Yeah, I thought Kolek to the Knicks was probably a pretty savvy second round pick there. Like
I love
just
it.
as a processor, yeah, like that should be pretty good.
I think if you had switched it, if they take Deontay, in the second round and took Kolek in the first round, I think a lot more people would have been happy. But either way,
Yeah,
I get it.
I did think it was weird that the Spurs didn't take Furphy at 35 with
I
him
thought
still
that.
sitting there.
Mm-hmm.
Like you could have taken Furphy and then you literally have your 6'8" wing that can shoot and stuff like that. Like you have that guy. That's kind of what you've been wanting anyway, right? Like he's kind of like he's basically like Grady Dick Light in a lot of ways. Like you could have just taken that guy. I don't know. I just thought the Spurs process was weird. Like I just thought it was odd. But I mean, their process has always been odd. Like I mean, 4 was not a secret. They wanted Castle from pretty much the beginning, and that's who they got. And then everything after that was just odd. I felt like because they still took 3 rookies. Like, and like even if Ingram goes into the G League and is like not on the roster for most of the season, you still took 3 rookies.
All right. I'm thinking. Yeah, I forgot you guys traded Dillingham to Minnesota.
Yeah,
I don't know why I was thinking that. I didn't have that written down.
because they took Nunez, Ingram, and Castle. But I guess if you draft and stash Nunez and you send Ingram to the G League, you technically only took like 1 rookie.
You took they're not under contract. Yeah.
Yeah,
Ariel Hoporte. He's been on the draft radar forever. Wow. So that means all right. So undrafted dudes. Who? All right. I'm gonna list some names off. See who are you surprised by them. Let me see who's undrafted.
I mean, I can give you 2 off the top of my head. 3
Justin Edwards, Kashad Johnson.
How did
Trenton
Isaiah
Flowers.
Crawford not get drafted?
Isaiah Crow. I mean, he was someone that I heard a lot of draft heads were like, "Yo, he's a first round pick."
I didn't think he was a first round pick. I thought he was draftable. But I learned this a few years ago. A lot of times those guys, once you get into the second round and they know they're going to have to earn their deal anyway, a lot of their agents will be like, hey, yo, don't draft me. I'm going to pick my destination. Like, so, yeah. Like, but like, dude, like if I were the Spurs, I'd be all over Isaiah Crawford, Justin Edwards. I'd be getting all of those wings on undrafted deals and going and playing them in the summer league and seeing which one of them might stick. And just like, Trey Alexander went undrafted.
Trey Alexander, Jalen Bridges.
Yeah. Dude, Jalen Bridges went dumb that day I saw him in Memphis when they played Clemson. PJ Hall went undrafted too, by the way. Infali Dante went undrafted.
Mm-hmm.
That was another one that I thought had a clear transition to a role. A lot of times it's easy to fall in love with bigs in the draft though because you feel like their roles are so dumbed down
Yeah.
now in the league that like it's like, oh hey, he can do the basics. Like last year, everybody damn, who was the Florida big that everybody was tripping over last year? And I was one of them. And then the Lakers got him, and I was like, oh, that's a steal.
Castleton.
Yeah, and I was like, oh man, Castleton's a steal. And then now it's
Mm-hmm.
like, damn, I wonder where he's at now. Like he's not even
Yeah.
anywhere near.
Because I like them. I saw Castleton when the summer league. I'm like, okay, they might have something.
But I mean,
Like said,
Dante's got touch. Dante's at least got touch around the rim, and PJ Hall signed with the Nuggets.
Oh, all right. Gotta check the free agency.
Shams just tweeted that PJ Hall signed an undrafted free agent contract with the Nuggets. That's a perfect fit because he can do everything
That
they want
really
him
is,
to do.
yeah.
They really locked in on that, man. They're clearly looking for someone who can come in and spell Jokic some minutes and still do some of the stuff that he can do.
Yeah,
Like,
I guess they realized.
They took Daron Holmes. They took PJ Hall.
Yeah. They realized they need some backup undrafted PJ.
Well, they just need, and I think they realized that with his body type and stuff, that you can't play him 40 minutes a night and like expect for him to be like really sharp at the end of the game, or 45 minutes a night and expect him to be sharp come playoff time. Like, I mean, he is because he's still young, but long term, you need to be able to play him somewhere in the 30s minute wise and be able to spell him.
Wait, so is this our pick or is this Dallas' pick? It says Dallas here.
And Folly Dante agrees to a deal with the Rockets.
Cam said it?
Dante agreed to a deal with the Rockets. Yeah, I'm kind of scrolling through Twitter as we speak, trying to find.
Who are you following that is updating?
Well, Shams has tweeted a few of them. Waj tweeted Dante's.
Okay,
I feel like
Dante was someone I would like the Knicks to try to. I was they were hoping I could get him, but reach a two-way with the Rockets.
Oh, so PJ got a full two-way. Keyshawn Johnson signed. If I give you one guess at who Keyshawn Johnson signed with, who would you guess?
Rashad Johnson. Damn.
Like, who does he feel like?
Is he a Spur?
No. Close though. Similar type word.
I don't know. Tell me.
Miami.
That's such a good pick. That's such a good pickup.
I told you. I literally was like, dude, I was sitting there thinking, like, once I tell him, he's going to be like, yeah, no, that makes all the sense in the world.
Yeah.
That's just the most Miami thing in the world.
Nuggets got Trey Alexander.
The Nuggets philosophy here is pretty clear. They want older dudes that can come in and play right away, that can come in and fill their rotation out. PJ Hall was old. He was a multi-year college guy. Trey Alexander's old. Like, they want older dudes that can come in and get in their rotation right away and come off the bench. Which, I mean, makes sense, I guess. Because, I mean, like, what are you developing youngsters for? Your time is now.
Exactly.
I honestly get more pleasure out of the undrafted free agent market than the draft because I think a lot of times, like, a lot of really good players get picked up.
Trying to see who else is getting picked up.
And the challenge is for American players to know that there are just players in every corner of this globe coming to play in the NBA. That's exactly what I was doing.
Anybody else get picked up? Let's see. It's Eric Crawford. No. Picked up yet.
We've got to keep on coaching opportunity out there. Whether it's high school, whether it's college, whether it's
The Heat are signing Kashak Johnson.
They gave Trey Alexander a full two-way.
Did they?
Yeah.
The Nuggets got PJ Hall and Trey Alexander. It's not bad.
Real GM tweeted that the Spurs are more likely to acquire their co-star for Victor Wembanyama in 2025 than 2024.
The United States, what you do to make sure as American world players, you learn what
Justin Edwards has agreed to a deal with the Sixers.
Okay.
it's thriving and shining. The world has embraced.
I mean, that's kind of a – people get such bad advice, man, because, like, if you're Justin Edwards, wouldn't you want to sign somewhere where the path to playing time was way more clear?
Unless he's thinking, because who's there? All right. Other
I mean,
than
dude,
to
it's the Sixers. You're going to have to play, like, you're going to have to find a way to, like, cut into Maxi's minutes. You're going to have to cut into people's minutes.
and who'd they take in the first round?
Jared McCain.
Jared McCain. Oh, yeah, that's gonna.
So, like, he plays your same position. And he's better than you.
He's a lot better.
Like,
That's just an up tier upside. Like you just gotta hope that.
I get why the Sixers would do it. I don't get why Justin Edwards would do it. I get why the Sixers want a young former 5-star recruit who has upside and is 19 years old. I get why they want him.
He's at least 15 and 16 and 17 and under tournaments in every corner of this planet. And seeing the growth of
Zachary Richard.
The Lakers signed French forward Armel Traore.
He and I shared the same high school, Worcester Central High School.
How many graduated in this part?
35. Share a storied history on the freshman baseball team. I think you can say it's a good story, but we don't play baseball. But what I love about this story is 4 years in a public high school, you don't see players of this stature stay in a public high school. They really did a great job.
Damn,
For a high school player, you always have to
San Antonio pitched two-way deals as high as number 35, which would have been the earliest two-way contract in league history.
35th pick.
Yeah, they were talking about giving out two-ways at 35.
There are so many great public high school coaches in this country, and players have migrated away from them. And just because you are a big kid,
Yeah, it's moving slow, but every now and then. Isaiah Crawford.
Yeah. He's at the Kings. Yeah, I saw that.
That are listening to folks, God, to the very student who said you don't necessarily.
Yeah, well, so much for my plan for the Spurs. So to go sign all the wings and let them duke it out. They just all signed with other people. They'll sign a much. I want to see where Isaiah Stevens signs. I should just text him and ask him. Hey man, you know where you're signing yet?
Get the breaking news.
Yeah. Probably doesn't know yet. Wouldn't surprise me if he ended up somewhere like Memphis or something. I know he worked out for the Jazz recently too, so he worked out for the Jazz. He worked out a couple other places too. I can't remember exactly. A lot of West Coast teams, I think. I think probably a lot of teams that watched him play out there. So, I don't know. I'm watching here. The Jazz, by the way, clear winners of the draft.
Jazz did work, man. Jazz did work. Cody Williams, Isaiah Collier. Who else did they take?
Their second round pick raised eyebrows too, because I remember someone being excited about that.
Who did they take in the second round?
Oh, they got Filipowski.
All right, Filipowski. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's a haul. Filipowski feels like a Jazz too.
Well, yeah. Well, after this, if the story is true, he definitely feels like a Utah Jazz.
There's no doubt.
That was a wild story. Oh, so the Knicks have Ariel Laporte. Okay, so that's our pick. Or maybe that's our big. Bronny.
I'm sure he got plenty of media coverage this afternoon when he got picked by the Lakers.
Just a little bit.
I'm sure the next 5 picks went by and they were showing probably him shooting a basketball in his crib or something like that as his baby.
Nah, they show that one possession where he gets to steal and he coasted and he has the wide open dunk. That play.
We did have a kid today. We did have a kid catch a legit body today. We did have a kid catch a legit body. Like I stood up off the bench and had my hands on my head and my jaw was on the floor.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was one of those where like I think it was a 2-on-1 and he was handling the ball. And the guy kind of like, you know how a lot of times now, like everybody just plays the pass because they know you want to give it up. And so they kind of play the pass and then they'll kind of like late step up if you keep playing.
Yeah.
Well, he clearly had intent the whole way. Reese Beekman signed with the Warriors. He had intent the whole way of dunking the ball. And so the guy went and jumped late. And he pretty much realized probably like half a second after he left his feet, he was like, oh, fuck, this is bad. And it was an and one over the top of him, and both players hit the floor. Like one of those, it was body to body, like body to body. He jumped, and then he got up with his hand up, and then he kind of just like protected himself. Like he put his hand in front of his face, like almost like, oh, Jesus Christ, this is bad.
Mm-hmm.
Got the and one,
That's
made
awesome.
the free throw. Got the
There you
and
go.
one, got up, made the free throw. So you'll appreciate this too. Is just a basketball lover. We had a kid dive on the floor for a loose ball up 48-12 today.
I love that. Little shit like that I love.
Yeah, and then he dove on the floor and from all fours threw a pitch ahead pass, and we got a layup out of it. So yeah, it was a good day. The U.S. is down to 10 players against Panama, so their Copa America dreams are in like big trouble.
Oh shit, I forgot they're playing. What channel is that?
It's on Fox. I'm gonna watch this, and then I'm gonna. Dude, we're not making this political at all, but I'm gonna watch the presidential today. This shit should have been aired on
That's
Comedy
today.
Dude, that shit should be aired on Comedy Central. That shit's gonna be so
Wow,
funny.
it's gonna be crazy.
They're
All
just
right,
gonna roast. They're just gonna roast each other for like 2 hours.
That's gonna be wild. All right, I'm gonna end the stream and all that, but we appreciate everyone who tuned into the stream.